Iron Condor is an option strategy where you can buy and sell a put option as well as you can buy and sell a call option to take a range bound bet. And on both the sides, we set up the trade with contracts having the same expiry. So this is a range bound bet which has a maximum defined reward and a defined maximum risk. So we've also seen earlier that strangle is a range bound bet. But unlike a strangle, in Iron Condor, you can cap out your maximum loss. So your maximum risk is capped out, which is not the case in strangle. But then there is a cost to cap out the maximum risk, and that cost is in terms of a compromised maximum possible gain. So this is a fairly conservative strategy, but at the same time, we have to use the principles of entering this strategy, each and every leg of the strategy, in a very calibrated way to ensure that our overall maximum reward to risk ratio is at least 2x, if not higher. So let's see an example here. Here, I've taken Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is an Indian banking index. And what we are doing here, so there are two legs of this trade. First is the call side leg, and the next one is going to be a put side leg. So let's look at the call side. So we first buy an OTM call. OTM is out of the money call. So that is going to be at a higher strike. So here the Bank Nifty spot price is currently 26,873 and we are buying an OTM call at 27,200, and at a lower strike we are selling a call option at a strike price of 27,000. So to buy a call at 27,200 strike we pay 370 bucks, whereas to sell a call at 27,000 strike we collect a premium of 478 with a net positive credit of 108 bucks. And on the put side, what we are doing is we are buying a put option at a strike price of 26,000 and we are paying 199 bucks for it. And at a higher strike, we are selling a put option at a strike of 26,200 and we are collecting 257. So on the put side, we collect a net credit of 58 bucks. So you'll notice here, if you only consider these green cells here. So here we are selling a call option at a higher strike of 27,000 bucks, and here we are selling a strike of 26,200. So we are selling a put at 26,200 and we are selling a call at 27,000. So this is exactly like a strangle. So here we have created a strangle between 26,200 and 27,000. Now what we have done beyond this is now we are creating a shield for this strangle both on the upper side as well as on the lower side. So now, since this is a strangle between 27,000 and 26,200, so there is a risk if the price were to breach 27,000. So we create a protective shield by buying a call option above 27,000. So we buy a call option at 27,200. Similarly, in a strangle, there is a risk if the price were to breach the lower range of the strangle. So here we buy a put option at a lower strike of 26,000. So outside of a strangle, we've now created a defensive shield, which will cap our maximum possible loss. So in money value, we've collected a net premium of 4,300 bucks on the call side and 2,300 bucks on the put side, and collectively this will define the maximum possible reward potential for us in this trade. And at 26,873, which is our current spot, we see that we have a wide range of profitability. So this is the individual call PNL, this is the put PNL, and as you can see here, almost from 27,000 all the way down to 26,200. That is like an 800 point range. We can earn a reward of 6,600 bucks, which is our maximum gain potential in this trade. Whereas our risk, interestingly, is capped at only 13 bucks, only 1,300 bucks. So minus 1360 is the maximum amount of money that I can lose in this trade, whereas I can gain 6,600 bucks. But having said that, since we have paid a significant amount for buying a shield on the call side and buying a protective shield on the put side by buying OTM call options and put options, our maximum return on capital here gets compromised. So, you see that here we have actually set up a trade which is 1 month out, and in 1 month, our maximum profit potential in terms of return on our invested capital is just about 2.5%. So that is the price that we pay to develop a shield outside our strangle, which is called iron condor. So if we look at our maximum gain to maximum loss, that is very impressive at 4.9. But if you look at in terms of capital efficiency, what is the return, what is the bank we are getting on the capital that we have deployed, that is relatively quite conservative. So just remember that an iron condor is basically a strangle with a protective shield on the call side and a protective shield on the put side. Okay, before we conclude iron condor, just one thing here. We saw that while we can make a maximum return on capital of 2.5% the way we have set up this trade, but if you want to change the entire reward to risk ratio here, you can do. So there's no hard and fast rule as to where you should be buying an OTM call or where you should be buying an OTM put. So let's say instead of 27,200, if I want to be a little bit more aggressive and I want to, let's say, take a shield at 27,300. So I'll buy an OTM call at 27,300 instead of 27,200. And by doing so, I'll pay a lower premium. And I check the option chain. This premium is only 336 bucks. And likewise, instead of 26,000, I can buy a put option at 25,900. And this put option again in the option chain is going to cost me 185 bucks. So this fundamentally changes my reward to risk. So let's see. Now in the same range, I can make a maximum possible reward of 8,500 bucks, and my maximum possible risk is minus 3,400. So my maximum risk has gone up, so has my maximum reward, and my maximum reward to maximum risk ratio has now changed to 2.5. So you can play around with this depending on what your risk appetite is. To me, this appeals more because it at least fetches me 3.3% return if I'm right, and I'm betting on a very wide enough range of about 800 odd points. And if it can fetch me about 3.3% return in 1 month with a maximum risk capped out at 3,400 bucks, that's acceptable to me. But so this is just to illustrate as to how you can change your reward to risk matrix by choosing the appropriate strike price at which you want to buy the put option. Okay, so that was iron condor. In the next section, we will look at option spread.